afternoon. Welcome to Kimiko Gunji's playroom, Ikebana playroom. And I'd like you to join in me with flowers today, this afternoon. And as you can see, there are lots of different styles of Ikebana vases here. These I have used for different purposes, different occasions, different styles. Ikebana, Japanese flower arrangement, have over 500 years of history, over which time the many different styles evolved. At the beginning, Japanese just loved flowers. They thought anything so beautiful must be godlike. Started bringing them to their homes, and when Buddhism introduced Japan in mid-6th century, they started making arrangements to offer Buddhas. For that, they had a little bit stylized form using small containers, such as you can see here, just about 20 inches height. And many originally was bronze, and then put some sticks like branches and some flowers. That's a simple arrangement, but gradually that got stylized, and to make it much formal, stylized style, they needed something to anchor. Of course, there is no mechanic type of things. They started using dice straws like this. So as you can see, I have one of the containers here, has straw in here to be able to make it branches, flowers stay in the place. And there are some of the arrangements you can see. I use all these containers to make arrangement. But gradually, offering to the Buddha, flowers to offer to the Buddha, expanded to type of arrangement for general public to enjoy. People start making arrangements to enjoy themselves. Then different styles develop using all different containers, especially during the time of 14th to 16th century, when Japan was in a way going on war time. Many of the high-ranking samurai warriors start fighting for their supremacy and survival. And for that, of course, outside is such harsh reality going on, people just wanted to forget even just for a short while. Then many people started showing interest in different artistic activities. Ikebana was one of them. And many noblemen, warriors hired Ikebana specialists. And they started developing a quite elaborate arrangement using huge bronze containers. I have a smaller in scale up top shelf. Here you can see some of the bronze containers, and they made some of the arrangements such as big, 10 feet tall and bigger than these rooms, which is called Vinca style. And making smaller, I have different containers here, but accessible to the general public, which resulted in a little bit simpler form, which is called shoka style. So these tall vases you see, many of them are shoka style containers. This summer I used a couple of them to make a summer shoka style. And then even current grandmaster, Ikenobu Senye, who is actually 45th generation of headmaster of Ikenobu, developed newer style, which actually more appropriate to the contemporary living, especially after Western culture was introduced to Japan. Japanese people started living in a modern style of houses, and much smaller houses. They need a small arrangement and matching into their modern sensitivity. So another new style developed, which is called freestyle Ryuka. And Ryuka, we use various different containers. So these are some of the Ryuka containers. And again, I use these two pairs to make arrangements this summer. Also, this one I use to make arrangement. As you can see, quite interesting container. And then I have used this U-shaped container to make arrangement around the time of Star Festival, which was July 7th. And many of you saw Japan House shares a program that explained about what is Star Festival, Tanabata. And at that time, I made arrangement using this as well as I made a little bit more interesting, creative arrangement using this just cheap tray and decorated with origami papers. And Tanabata time, many people write their wishes in a small paper like this, hung in a bamboo. So that's kind of a depicting that particular scenes. And then I made a container here to make flowers, which you will be seeing actual piece that I made at that time. So many things you can do for freestyle. Now, more variety of freestyle develop, which are not just using all these elaborate bases. Some people don't have it, especially now when we cannot go out too easily. What you do, you look around your house and you find some household items. So among of the freestyle Vinca, there are lots of different varieties has been evolved, and one of which is using small containers. As you can see, I have collected quite a few small containers. So you don't need too much materials, and also now we are confined because of this pandemic, and some people don't have a variety of bases like I have, but just look around household and see what you can do with what you have. So here I have some toothpick container here, and salt and shaker, and also so using these I will create a few arrangements here and then go on to more. So today maybe I'll move this toothpick maybe away here and then use these things. So tiny, so I need a somehow to put the water in here. Always need a water, just like we human need air to breathe and to alive. Flower needs a fresh water to be able to alive. So I put water, and then as you can see, so many flowers, which actually all small. I gathered up. Took me 2 days. Early morning, I have to go there before get sunlight. But again, you don't have to buy one. These are collected from my garden, Japan house, and then maybe Michael's place. So all free materials. And now I'm going to see among all what I have, what I am going to use for this arrangement, for this container. So looking around, and then maybe I will say, this is actually a part of my idea, but I think it's pretty neat. Some fresh one, old one, so I just put it in here. So, but you cannot do just as it is. And always the bottom portion you have to clean, because anything go into the water should be not too much leaves and stuff. I don't have anything else but water inside. So how to make it balance, anchor them, is just your skill. And again, Japanese flower arrangement, you don't want too much volume yet, so each of them what you put in can be seen. So now I have like this, which is quite neat color coordination. So now I like to put something in there to sort of focal point. So for that, again looking around, I see one of the juniors maybe calling me. They might be a little bit too big, but let me try that one. So then, here comes my junior from Michael's garden, I think. And for this, yellow might be good. Too much same color, but I kind of like it. But oh, now that's what happens. So you have to be very tender. So that's another fun thing. Move around, but at the end, you can say very gently, please stay, and they can listen to you. Maybe I'll decide the muddy form. This things, orange might be a stronger color, might be orange. Scissors, and as you can see, all kinds of tools. This is the light sweet. So I cut this. Always, I early morning pick the flowers and put it in the fresh water and put it in for a while. Oh, I like it a lot. So then, only this, but pretty attractive arrangement with the different textures, dry one, fresh one, different colors, and I have this coaster separate. Stay. So like this. Okay. So this is the one arrangement with my toothpick. So go on to this tiny shaker. I take it off. Again, I have to put water first. So now I have to see what would be good in tiny, tiny container. So even tiny, when you put in and combine them, these flowers enhance each other and then get more exciting. So I found around the Japan House pond, here's hostel, but that's all big, but from the big one, tiny one came out. So I thought maybe I can use this tiny one into here, because I have a tiny, tiny container, and top portion is not that beautiful. Anything not beautiful looks sleepy. You have to say goodbye, you can go to sleep. So then only fresh looking, by arranging them, you are revitalizing, giving a life force. So that's another thing. Ikebana means make flowers come alive. When they are already cut from the roots, actually you are terminating their life. How to make it revitalize, give their new special life force into the arrangement. That's your task. Unless you are making more interesting, more exciting, you should not be arranging. You should not cutting. So that's quite a responsibility for you, the artist. So I'm just trying to say. But another thing is when these are kind of weed, right? It's growing all over around the pond. Nobody pay attention. If you pick a couple of them, put onto the stage like this, they are all saying thank you so much. And then also people who see, oh, they are beautiful lines there. Okay. Then I look at this. And I might put a few more, but right now I'm going to try to decide what else I am going to put in here to make it more exciting. So this small container, I need a small flower. This is actually, oh yeah, yesterday I stopped the gym buyer's place and found this stuff. He said this is he gave me a name. I forgot exactly what, but he said this is a it's common name or kind of interesting name is the red foxtail, which actually I thought was quite neat. The foxtail, some of we have regular wheat foxtail, but he said this is a sort of a foxtail. So I thought maybe I use this tiny one here, tiny. So that looks kind of nice. I need some buzz portion. This is like same one. Let me see. These are not blue. So always variety is good. So Japanese arrangement often, certainly, we all know, aesthetically pleasing if you have all different things. Yet, too many different things doesn't have any unity is not good. So variety and unity both have to be in there. And again, this one is moving around, so I have to make sure. Stay for me. Just to show off what you can do. course. So make something like this. Tiny, 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 tiny. So this is one others. I don't know where to put it, but I'll put it here among of my. So then I can go on to a little bit different things. I could make more arrangement here, but instead maybe I will go on to more creative things, as I mentioned that film canister I introduced to my student. It's been like almost 15 years ago, which time we don't have so much digital camera. So we are always using film, take it to the boarding, get this developed. So there's lots of this empty film canister. So I thought, well, maybe we can do something. So used to we go to Walgreens, get a bag full of them, and distribute to the student. And came up the idea of putting nice origami paper like this. And of course, students have all CD, so I made a CD as a mat, so then it kind of modern looking. So I thought maybe anyone like to try. By the way, we are making sort of kit for you to be able to play with all this stuff that I'm doing it, and then you can make your own arrangement. So first you do for this, before you decorate, it's best to have oasis in here. But so then I don't have too beautiful one. But anyway, the way you do is just go punch in here like this. So then you have exact size of the oasis. So this way. Then choose any origami paper. So this one is this color. I have already made one. This one is this color. So it's actually good to not to have too many busy patterns. So you can certainly use origami with this beautiful flower patterns too. But sometimes you like to be a little bit darker color like this, and many different ways. This is just like this. So today I thought I'd like to show you how to do it with this origami paper here I have. So this is a size, just like go around this here. So I already kind of measured, and you can use your scissors to cut. So I'm cutting like this. You can use anything you like to cut. Just cut, cut, cut. And then probably you don't need the whole thing. So then you can kind of measure how long you can go around. And I have this one is already cut, so a little bit longer than go around. I hope this is very long, but cut, cut, cut. Then you just go, smooth side on top, go around, right? Then double scotch tape, that nicely. Take it out. Okay, here you go. So actually, am I doing that? No, I'm not doing it. Go like this, I think. Until, yeah, like this. For you know better than I do. And then you have to take it out. If I could take it out. Yeah. Like that. Then you can go around. So, put it around. So of course this portion comes out first. Right? So then, yeah. Not smooth demonstrating. Okay, so go around. Hopefully. So this way. So that's it. Okay, good. So then, if you like to have a nice, you could, permanently, really firmly you want to put it in. Well, certainly you can use a much stronger glue, but I think for this, just to anchor them at the bottom here, again, scotch tape will do. Right, then just put it in here. That way to stay a little bit small. Then you just put the water Again, make sure to, yeah, first you don't have to do too much, but really they soak pretty much. So once you put the water here, I don't put too much, it stays very nicely. So like this. Okay, so then I have to think what will be good. So I like to use this is actually a part of the pink flower, which actually bloomed out, but I have only these. Oasis, sometime you need, I have something here, I think. Maybe not. I have all kind of tapes in here, tapes, and then other gadget, which actually need stuff to poke, because sometimes they are, but this one is strong enough, I can put it like that, like this. That's the way I like it. So then, when you're making a freestyle arrangement, you have to kind of think about, with this container, with this whole things become a part of the arrangement. So I like to spreading out, very strong force. So I'm telling, after I finish, I'm going to make a quickly something here, which is actually a wire. So this might be a little tricky, but I am going to be put some of my other tape, which, maybe I can just put the floral tape here at the bottom to put everything together. As you can see, it's spreading out. It's tiny, but I'm going to put this. I don't need this much. I just maybe like this. Make this one here. Like this together. That goes in here too. So open up, spreading out. So Ikebana, using fresh flowers, but for the freestyle, you can add a little bit non-alive, non-fresh material, as long as your fresh flower is the main item. So I'm combining different lines here, kind of exciting way. But not just this, but some. Make another one here. So then again, here, together at the bottom with tape. Just put it together, quick. Like this. Again, this one I could have prepared earlier, but I did. So I'm just going to do in front of you. And then again, cut about the same size. Doesn't have to be exactly the same. Like this. And then again, open. So it's look like what you think. What you think I'm making. Hot summer night. What you want to see out in the sky. Big. Like that. Put it here. So then, I think we can add more and more, but right now I just think that's fine. And some of the things that are coming down at the bottom, I just cut it. I don't need those tiring, sleepy looking portion. I want to have every one line will be radiating to open up to way up sky. So then at the bottom, I like to put, it's kind of interesting. You can do all kinds of things like this and then make it fun. One of them are not functioning. Okay, then again, focal point. I like to put maybe periwinkle. Oh God, so cute. So when you have a very soft stem, it doesn't go in, you can poke ahead of time. Just poke. So then it doesn't damage. it doesn't go in. So I have to make sure. Space for so that I should pop down. Okay, so then I can put this in down. Perfect. All you need is this. So cute. You could do more things if you like to like that, like cute. It's kind of hard to see these lines, but if you really like to make it more fun, I'd like to show you. I'm not going to do it today, but there's a pass. Yeah, I have one like this. Dots. So what you can do is put dots. It's a pretty time consuming, but you can shoot like that. So that may be more fun to see those dots on the tip of so that this line can see. So they're white and like that. So that's all different ways you can make it. So it's kind of fun, right? And we have a girls' day sometimes, and you can make. We have hina dolls, which often in Japan house. So this is, oh, by the way, I was thinking about hot summer day, fireworks go. That's what this is all about. Okay, so this is a with a film canister with CD, but I was thinking that depending on the occasion, like a hina doll, often you see a emperor empress, so then you can make pair like this and stick here. Hot gun, you can put it in, then you can make one for the emperor, one for the other one, the empress. So that's one other creative way of enjoying arrangement like this. And I'll show you one more thing for the creative arrangement using actually, many of you now know what sushi is all about. So 50 years ago when I came to this country, people didn't know what sushi is all about. So I have to explain what sushi is all about. Sushi rolls. Not to make sushi, I don't know how you put the nori, seaweed, and then rice, and then you just to make a sushi. Using this, I am going to make hanging scrolls, a hanging decoration. So this is already made one, two together, put some orchid tubes, put arrangement. So I will show you quickly how this will be put together, and then put some arrangement. Okay, ready? Let's make a sushi flower. So yeah, sushi rolls. So this one just has, as you can see, bottom portion to top. So I'm going to put two together, make sure to this smooth side together. And then good things is they have space. So I think you need a really soft wire. This is weave through, and all you do is put together, two together nicely. I'm not doing it. Oh, actually, it's better to be something. Especially when you try to do it when people are watching, it's not going to work. But let's put this way here, and then put in the back. You just tighten it. Tightening is wire tightening is not that easy. If you don't tightly, then it move around. So sometimes if you think you need some help, you can use other gear. But mostly you push, like turn around. So then this is connected. And then you do one by one, all of them, so then it end up all together. So what I have, and then of course as it is, it not make up one more, so then kind of, but make sure to put every one of them corner, otherwise it start moving around. So let me see. And then tighten, really tight. And then after a couple of times you just go around like this. Of course extra, you have to cut it out. You want extra. So that one is that, and and certainly you do all other 3 more. So that way, like now it's just this way, even this way you can, like that. And then you can put some strings to hang, and the one that I made, and then you can decorate many different ways. It's kind of interesting. I'll show you something that we use, students use. This, do you know what this is? This is gata. So, again, but this can be cut in pieces. For instance, you need a wire cutter, but you just cut this. I'm saying cut this, but it's not cut it well. But students loved it, so we had a black one and white one, and they put decoration here and there type of thing. But another thing you can do is the basket weed deed. This is weed. Those who like to use this, the way I did this, can be more anchored better. But I made a sort of like this, and sure you need a place to put the flowers, so orchid tubes in here. So then strings like this. It's a nice door hang. I put it in door, and you have to have a floral material which lasts a long time, which is kind of interesting that I will show you what I use. It's actually I use weed. Weed is the one that's very strong, and you don't want to be going all over your garden, but for the arrangement looks really good. So now I like to show you the example that a student made. This is to connect it together, as I showed you some gata in the black one. I think this was she put here, and then we had some fabric, so and there was a cord like this. So, and then this is quite creative. She put rope, the strings around to cover this orchid tube. So quite nice, right? So this is one example. The one that I made was not as nice as this, but I'll show you the one that I have here, which it doesn't show as good. But so now I have 2 spots. So which actually I'm going to put the flowers to show you. First I have to put again water. So I decided, since summery and this orchid tube is pretty nice, so this is actually a purchased orchid tube. And so since it's summer, instead of putting any origami, anything around, but certainly you can do the same thing. So now I'd like to put flowers in here. And I found this, as you see, Vinca, which actually a pretty nuisance in the garden, goes all over. But I thought I'm messing up. But this line is pretty neat. So what I thought I could do, put this something like this in here, or hanging around, go around. So make it a little more Ikebana-like. So when you have in the garden, bothering your garden, messing up, you hate this stuff. They are strong stuff. But again, if you find a way to use, you need, because you need something draping, I can put in here too, so it's kind of connected, or just lose it. See how this goes around. You can probably go around here. Many different things you can do, but they are so strong. I had once made and then put it in my door. It lasted a whole week. Of course, you have to add water into the orchid tubes, because tubes are dry up. I think it's a good idea to the beginning, put it in there. So put in there. So they get the water, so they last a long time. And it's kind of nice to come out combining the non-floral material with flower. And among all this, as you can see, a weed, but it's quite nice. So I'll find one more something shorter and cut this here. See how it goes. It doesn't have to put it in here. If it's too much, I'll take it out. But I think it's good to have a shorter one, I think. So let's put it here. So like this, the two-dimensional art was now three-dimensional coming up. So now to add flowers. I thought this yellow, beautiful, black-eyed Susan, gorgeous. So again, they are sort of weedy, blooming trees all over. But this was actually coming from Michael's garden. So I put here. Summer. So again, different flowers. Sometimes if you need strong flower, you can bend, and if it doesn't bend the way you like, put a tiny bit wire, so then that shows better. But today I try not. And another thing, so this is moving around, so if you like to anchor, you can anchor maybe using another wire or a little bit of masking tape. Always try to think about when you use a little bit different sizes, that is a rhythm. If you have same size, you go boom, 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 it's not interesting. So boom, boom, to come out a little bigger. So at the bottom is a little bit heavier like this. And try to think, if you put the same amount on top and bottom, it's not interesting. So I'm trying to make this is the dominant portion, subdominant, and so forth. So then, I forgot again. Spunk, something spunk, whatever, this weed. But so cute, actually. Michael's husband, Jeremy, when I went there, said, yeah, come on, look at this. And I really think that it's so sweet when she finds beauty, he can find beauty in here, which means he has very good sensitive heart, which I thought was quite nice. So I'm very happy to use that. So that's, excuse me, push back, down, both sides, like this. So as you can see, Japanese Ikebana is try to make an asymmetry rather than right and left is same. So everything is very happy connected together and revitalizing feeling using all weed. But weed can be so beautiful. So you have to develop your sensitivity to see something which think that nothing, they're bothering. But if you know how to use them, if you know how to treat people, all the people have such a good nature in it, just like these are. So I hope you enjoy making your own hanging scroll like this. A hanging arrangement. I have another one like this one. I was thinking about you can put the bigger container in here. Many different ways, which actually started with sushi rolls. So enjoy flower sushi. I hope you enjoyed this. And then I like to close this session by reading my favorite poem about flowers. It said, flower, actually translation comes like this. Flowers remain silent. Flower blooms in silence. Flowers fade away in silence and never return. However, at a certain place and time, a flower exerts its fullest life force as an expression of its voice. So I just thought, flower doesn't really say anything in this difficult time, still blooming and making us so happy and smiling toward us and encouraging us and get so much of energy and precious ephemeral yet such life force. So I hope you can get enjoyment as well as life force from flowers, and have a great day. Thank you so much for your attention. Appreciate it. ありがとうございました。